Today marks the first day of Passover, so I thought we would explore one of the classic dishes on the Passover table, matzo ball soup. Today's sponsor is Piano Across America, and you can check it out online at pianoacrossamerica.com. Piano Across America is the website that's all about this guy who's traveling across America currently, right now, with his piano. He packs it up in the back of a truck, sleeps in a truck, and is driving from city to city all throughout the country, playing for the masses all along the streets of our fine nation. You can check him out online at pianoacrossamerica.com, where you can follow along with him on his daily escapades, and be sure to find him on Facebook and Twitter as well. pianoacrossamerica.com. So today we are talking about matzo balls, which are spelled like this or like this. And they're basically these little dumplings made out of the meal made out of matzah. So you might be saying, well, what is matzah? Well, matzah is a type of unleavened bread that is really popular in Judaism and in Jewish cuisine. It's said historically that Moses was leading his people out of Egypt. They had to leave in sort of much haste, and they didn't have time to let the dough that they were making at that time rise. So they took whatever they had, and when they were out traveling, they decided that they would just spread it out and let it cook in the sun. Because it didn't have any leavening agents in it, it kind of baked like almost like a pancake, and it was very crispy, and that is matzah. Now, you'll most commonly get matzo balls when you're getting matzo ball soup. It's a traditional soup. They take these matzo balls and they kind of serve them to you in a chicken stock. Sometimes it is clear like a consommé, sometimes they put veg in there, and sometimes they put chicken in as well. And it's a very traditional dish for Passover. Much like making a meatball, the matzah is ground up into a flaky meal, and it's added with some other binding ingredients such as some fat that is rendered out of chickens. We call this schmaltz, as well as some seltzer water if you like, and also the addition of things like eggs to kind of bind it all together. Because matzah meal is really difficult to work with in the fact that it's very sticky, you'll see chefs or cooks or bubbas making lots of matzo balls at once, and then they'll freeze them and then just take them out as they need when they're heating up a consommé or broth or, well, whatever they're going to be putting the matzo ball in. Fun fact, the largest matzo ball ever made was 29.2 inches in diameter. It's pretty big, and weighed 269 pounds. A lot of people consider matzo ball soup to be the ultimate pick-me-up when you're sick. Some people even refer to it as Jewish penicillin. It is also a really great hangover cure and perfect for really cold winter nights. Now, I'm going to make matzo ball soup that is a bit different from what you'll see at a restaurant, in that I'm going to use sort of a premium amount of chicken and then pull the chicken off the bone and re-add it to the soup. So you're kind of getting the Jewish version of chicken noodle soup or matzo ball soup that's not just consommé but actually has chicken in it as well, because chicken's delicious. In a stock pot, add a whole roaster chicken, a whole bunch of dill and parsley, some chopped up carrot, chopped up parsnip, leeks, make sure to get all the sandy bits out of the leeks, a quartered onion, about 10 smashed garlic cloves. Then cover this all with water and add some salt. Now, you're gonna let this simmer for as long as you can possibly stand it. If you can let this simmer for 8 hours, if you're making the chicken soup for the next day, do that. The longer you simmer it, the more collagen will break down, the richer, more unctuous and succulent the entire broth will be. So time is your friend. You can even do this in a slow cooker. Ideally, you now want to put the entire pot in the fridge overnight. The fat will separate, float to the top, and sort of congeal. That fat is the schmaltz that we'll be using for the episode. However, I didn't have the time for that, so I did my best to scoop the fat out and then kind of put it in a little glass, put that in the freezer so it would separate really quickly, and then use that fat. To make the matzo balls, crack 2 eggs in a bowl and lightly beat them. Then add a half a cup of matzo meal, 2 tablespoons of your rendered out chicken fat or schmaltz, 1 teaspoon baking powder, a bit of pepper, a bit of salt, and 2 tablespoons of seltzer water. Then mix this all together. Store this in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes, then take the chicken that was boiling in the broth and pull it apart, discarding the nasty bits and saving all the protein. After the matzo meal has started to firm up in the fridge, put your stock back on the heat and let it come to a simmer. You're going to wet your hands and form ping-pong-sized balls out of the matzah meal and plop them into the chicken broth. Let them cook in there for about 40 minutes. About 5 minutes before they're done, add your chopped up chicken bits, let them heat up, and then you're ready to serve. Make sure everyone gets a good amount of chicken, good amount of stock, and definitely a matzah ball. And then enjoy. Now you can add your favorite veggies to this. You can put celery in it if you want. If you'd like to serve it with veg, you can put some carrot in there, whatever you would like. And of course you can garnish it with your favorite herbs. I'm going to use some dill. Tune in tomorrow for another What's This Food? Be sure to check out pianoacrossamerica.com. And for all of you celebrating Passover, have a happy Passover.